Here we are with the legendary tone wrecker, otherwise known as Paul Birken. My name is Freddy Fresh, and we're here doing what could possibly be the very first blog on electronic music production. Today is a special day because we are breaking out the Metropolis by Intellijel. Did I say that right? Intellijel? And Paul agrees. I did pronounce it correctly. Intellijel. Here we are gating, CV and gating, control voltage and gate, sending signals to one of my most favorite synthesizers of all time, the legendary Roland System 100M, which I think is quite a wonderful synthesizer and makes amazing sounds. And what do we have here but the new Roland TR8 as well. So right now what's controlling the show, sorry Paul, did you mind for a sec?
No, go ahead.
We've got Ableton right here, and then I've got USB going from Ableton to the Roland TR8, and then we have machine hooked up as well via MIDI. But we also have a lot of control voltage and gate things happening here. And the way we're syncing that is through a Pro Solo Kenton box, and also what I consider one of the most stable units for CV and gate control, the Roland MPU 101. And we also have MIDI over here, so that we have the MIDI, all the MIDI and all the CV gate are all daisy chained and controlled in unison. The MPC 4000 is a very stable hardware controller, and it's got MIDI, several MIDI outs in the back. And what happens is when I play Ableton, I've got, I'm just terrible at this blog, so I'm apologizing beforehand. What happens is I've got my preferences set on Ableton so that it is controlling MIDI going through my Motu, which is back here buried on the floor, and that in fact is controlling, that's taking the computer signal from the Ableton and the sync out into my MP hole. You know what, just watch. And so anyway, if anybody really cares enough, you can email myself. I'd be happy to tell you in detail how we have this hooked up, but it's so freaking complicated I can't even remember half the time. Okay, we've also got the amazing bass line, and it's actually autographed by Klaus. Check this out. That's heavy. And if you want to see something even more ridiculous, check this out. The Watkins Copycat Echo. That is based on the actual tape loop echoes, like the Roland 201 Space Echo, which I had and now have, and I'm happy to say, the foot pedal, which is just ridiculous. It's right here. Can't even see it, can you? We put a light in here to make it more visible, but this is based on the technology from the Space Echo, but it's the actual digital version. But Charlie Watkins in England made about 35 of these, and this one is also autographed by Charlie here someplace, but it is autographed by him. Yeah, here we go, right on the side. Anyway, this is a really cool little Echo. We're going to get into this in some of the further blogs if this blog ever makes it beyond the stage of #1. Okay, so right now, Paul, tell us what you're doing.
We are just testing output stages coming off the Metropolis to check the control voltages. You can send extra steps where each clock can count an extra number of steps, which is a somewhat unique feature on this that a lot of step sequencers don't have. And we can change the number of actual stage steps along here. So we put it back out.
And why are we getting that crunchy sound? That crunchy sound is not part of the sequence. That's because
that's coming off this delay here, the sound of shadows, and that is getting some control voltage changes coming to it.
And in fact, we are routing the sound from the System 100, which I'll show you right here. Let's mute the TR8 for a minute. Now, what you're hearing here with these beats is a loop sequence on the Ableton on a track that I had made earlier. So let's get rid of that. Now you're just going to hear exactly what the Metropolis is doing. The Metropolis is sequencing this. So let's talk about how cool this is. This is based on a stereo, or on a prototype module that was made for the System 100M, and Intellijel got the specifications and designed their own module, which is absolutely unbelievable, as it does slides, like 303 slides. And you can do the pitch notes right here. Sorry, Paul. You go ahead and tell them.
Set it so it triggers. You can turn on the slide individually for each step, so it will jump no matter how far. Low pitch up to high.
You can adjust the slides.
Yep.
Right here, slide time. And we can gate the sounds here. Let's take... Now if I want the top module to react to this, I just go over to my mixing board here and I push upper. And now it's using... Now this Intellijel is triggering the top modules here. This is my phaser, my notes. And we can stutter the notes as Paul was saying. Sorry, Paul, I didn't let you finish.
We'll set that up there.
Both of them together. Let's get our beat back. Oops, sorry, Paul. Let's get the Ableton back on. And let's start it from here. Mute. Right now we just have a track on Ableton going. And then we bring back the Metropolis. I'll let Paul do his stuff here. We're going to get into a couple of these different instruments later. Our 2600, Jupiter 8, and there's a giant hole in my studio where the System 100 used to be. Still kind of sad about that.